Can you believe the flowers that we are getting already? It's crazy. Look at that. Really? Wow.
Welcome to PDX Garden Home. In today's video, we're going to look at some flowers that are blooming already, and then we're going to look at my retaining wall project. Man, this thing is wearing me out and taking all of my time. And then after that, I'll share with you where I'm at with some of my vegetable starts, including fava beans, beets, lettuce, and peas. Oh, yeah, and onions too. Okay, well, let's go garden.
A little bit of color going on here. All right. Well, I got this first level wall in place. I'm keeping it less than 4 feet, and essentially I'm using my belly button as the as the height meter for how I want to do this. And now I'm backfilling it with gravel, which, man, it's going to take a lot of gravel. So I've got a lot in there. I just got another half yard from Grimm's Fuel, where I get yard supplies like that, and it's 3/4 inch minus gravel. I hope the half yard that I just picked up in my truck will be what I need for this part of the project and be done. Okay, I'm gonna go 3 feet back from the first wall. I'm gonna mark out 3 feet back for the placement of the second tier wall. Okay, starting on the second tier wall with digging. That's right, more digging.
Perfect day for digging. It was raining all last week and has been dry, so it's not too muddy, but it's still soft. So you can tell, got a lot of digging to do. This is going to be one of the hardest parts of the project. One of the most time-consuming parts at least. I always remember the words of my dad, when you've got big physical work like this to do, is, you know, just take your time. Don't get in a rush. One step at a time. Of course, that's what he would say when it was something that you were working on for yourself. Something he wanted you to do, and there was maybe a little more sense of urgency.
Oh man, what am I gonna do with all this? And I still have so much more to get out of there. Well, it was raining most of today, so I thought I wouldn't get back to doing any of this digging, but I've decided to give it a go. I'm gonna do another round of digging here while it is blue sky and sunny out for at least the next, I would say probably half an hour at least. These are the fava bean starts along with some radishes. I'm going to plant them. This is the cherry tree bed here, but I'm going to plant them over here kind of as this comes to a corner. What I'm thinking is I'll do some combination of fava beans, and then a flower. I think these are Shasta daisies that I have here, but I couldn't find the label. And yeah, they must be, because there's one white Shasta daisy there and they have similar leaves. I was thinking maybe there was echinaceas hiding in there, but I don't think so. I'm giving these fava beans a fair amount of space because they bush out a bit. One's a columbine. I'm gonna make a game time decision to plant it back there. Well, I was looking at planting my fava beans along here, but then I was spacing them out and then putting flowers in between them. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fava beans there with one echinacea and 2 Shasta daisies in between them. So not enough room for all the fava beans there. So I'm going to actually go completely to the other side of this bed here, and that'll give me a good sense. One of the things I have to do here is experiment with what is actually going to work in this bed in terms of the light, the time of the year, that kind of thing. That is what I mean is the light changes depending on the time of the year. So this will be an experiment to see how well things grow over here, and fava beans will be one of the first things that grow, so it'll give me an early indication of how well can I grow stuff over here. Now I did grow flowers in pots here last year, so that was okay, and my zucchinis, I had kind of my backup nursery along this fence last year, and that seemed to do okay for the most part, so should be okay. But that was later in the summer, so it's really a question of will the light conditions be good in the spring for my fava beans to do well here. So one thing you'll see here is I'm not planting Shasta daisies or echinaceas in between the fava beans that I'm putting over here, and the reason is because echinaceas and Shasta daisies are perennials, and I don't want to have perennials kind of in this bed. I'm hoping this will become a good annual bed for different kind of veggies. So I'll just pack the rest of my fava beans in here. I may have to dig one up and let my 3-year-old plant one so she can be part of it. She wouldn't really have the patience to do everything I'm doing here right now today, but she wants to usually be in the middle of it. Always likes to be in the middle of everything. Thinks everything worth doing is worth doing together. It's quite a great spirit. This could probably go a little further apart. I don't want to spend that much room on them, so packing them a little bit closer together. Say I'm in the 4 to 6 inch range. Just eyeballing it. I'm not the kind that whips out a ruler to get it right every time. These will come out sometime in June, and then I'll replace them with other veggies at that point. My summer veggies. I've been hardening off my first round of thank you lettuce from Botanical Interest, and I'm just moving it here from an indoor tray to an outdoor tray, and then I'll get it over near the cherry tree where it'll be eventually planted. I'm going to take this lettuce up to the cherry tree bed, newly formed cherry tree bed. This lettuce has been outside now for a couple weeks, so should be good to plant. I like growing onions, bulbing onions. I'm growing both Walla Walla onions and some red onions as well, and also some shallots, and I pretty much grow them the same way. I'll multi-seed them into cells and then transplant them out into the garden. I'm moving these seedlings from where they were hardening off by the garage after taking them out from under the lights up to the potting bench where I can move them into an outdoor tray. I start onions under lights as seeds, and then I move them outside as seedlings and then put them in the ground. I've also tried the bulbs that you can buy, or the sets where essentially you've got bulbs with green already on them grown for you that you can buy. But starting them as my own seeds has been the most successful. Types, you get your long day, your mid, or your short day onions. Here where I am in the Pacific Northwest, Portland, Oregon, long day onions are what are going to work best. And so if you want to get the right big bulbs, and so that's why I choose the varieties I do. And Walla Walla is a great variety for me in that regard. I'm going to plant these over here at the cherry tree bed, and as far as planting, you want to keep the bulb that's already started to form kind of above the soil. I've learned that the hard way over time, that if you plant too deep, you just don't get the nice big bulb that you're looking for. Peas ready to go. I usually do a little bit of shelling peas, so I'm confused. I don't this will sound familiar to you. I don't remember which peas are which, other than these are the decorative sweet peas here, and then these are the other peas. But I'm not sure if these are all snap peas or if I got some shelling peas in here. Yeah, looks like they're all the same peas. I don't see any shelling peas in there. Maybe I need to still plant those? I'm not sure. Oops. I'm taking these peas up to the potting bench to put into a tray that has holes in it, and then putting them out here to harden off some more. Well, I quickly switched out the trays off camera so that the cells are sitting in a tray with holes in it now, and that way when it sits outside it doesn't get flooded when it rains. And now I'm going to take that, what I call outdoor tray, and put it behind the cherry tree where it'll finish hardening off before I actually plant these. The hammering you're hearing in the background is actually 4 to 5 houses down the street. They're putting in what they call cottage clusters, which is a common thing around here in my area of Portland, Oregon, where they take a standard lot and then they cram a bunch of houses. I think in this case they've got 3 or 4 houses crammed into that spot. You know, it's times like these that I wish I lived more rural. I've let these beets sit outside to harden off for a few days already. They're looking good. It's time to go get them up into the garden bed and plant them. I'm planting them up here in the west garden. If I had my memory cap on when I was planting these beets, I would be putting some organic fertilizer, either powder or granulated type stuff, into the holes as I'm planting the beets. I didn't remember to do that, so I'm going to have to come back and put some fertilizer around it later probably. There's an irony to having to water this in March, but where I'm putting it in, the ground is kind of dry. There's a lot of drainage in this particular area of the garden, and the cell trays I otherwise had let get dry. So I think watering is a good idea here. Some people will water no matter what, but I don't necessarily. If the cell tray itself is nice and damp this time of year, or if the ground, which often it is because there's a lot of rain going on, is nice and damp, then I don't bother watering, in part because as it's raining, it's probably going to rain again. But during this week, we haven't had that much rain. And while other parts of the garden, the ground is damp, this one area, just for whatever reason, has a lot of really good drainage and has dried out already.
Well, thank you for gardening with me today, and I'll see you all in the next video.